CNN analysis found the 15 states that most rely on federal funding for its public schools in 2022 all voted for Trump.
Going forward, I would just like to say that I was correct and that the prices of food are going to be skyrocketing here in the United States.
So Trump supporters, since I know you guys don't read, you don't pay attention either, I just wanted to let you know the Republican Congress is now debating the Republican budget. And I want to remind you, Trump promised you guys there will be no taxes on overtime, no taxes on tips, no taxes on Social Security too.
Yeah, we voted for Trump because he promised while he was campaigning like a million times that when he got into office, he was going to bring down prices, bring down grocery prices.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Did You Hear? Y'all, I am so sorry it has taken me so long to post, but I work 2 jobs and I have really been grinding. It is it's challenging to get these videos together and get them edited in time, but y'all, I am working on getting better at that. But yeah, that's why it's been so long, but I'm here now. Y'all, barely. Listen, I know y'all see what's going on out here. President Trump is not giving that daggum Sharpie a rest. He is signing stupid executive orders left and right, and he's not letting up. I heard that the tariffs were supposed to be frozen. Y'all, how come I went online? I've decided to start my new indoor garden, and you know, y'all, if y'all haven't done it already, y'all may need to throw you something in some pots. Go ahead on and get ready for the foolishness that's getting ready to occur. However, y'all, I went ahead, put me a 5-gallon bucket in my Amazon cart, just getting myself together, getting tools I needed to garden with. That one 5-gallon bucket, y'all, shipping and handling on it was $15. $15 for one empty, lidless bucket. That's not taxes. That's not including the taxes, just the shipping and handling. I took a picture of it, sent it to my daughter. She said, please make sure you send me that photo. She says, because when I tell people, they're not going to believe it. I have had to show that picture to 3 different individuals when I told them about it, because I'm like, I know you don't believe me. Here, look at this. And they're like, oh my God. Yeah. And this is with the tariffs frozen. So y'all, brace yourselves. Brace yourselves for impact. I just saw what happened down in Alabama. Listen. FAFO is not just a cute little meme. I'm seeing that now, because Alabama is a red state and they have caught it hard. They are having their power bill go up by $100 because apparently whatever kind of assistance President Biden had put in place for them was causing a part of their bill to be paid, a huge part of their bill to be paid by people outside of the state. And Trump just, with a swipe of his pen, did away with that. He's taken away the funding for the farmers, for schools, for these children in these schools. Just everything. He's not letting up. It's terrible, y'all. And it's like it's whiplash fast. Like you can't have time to absorb one change that's occurring before there's something else going on. It's like, oh, look over here. No, look over there. Oh my God, look what's going on over there. Oh my God, look what he just did over there. And it's just bam, bam, bam. It's hitting you from all sides. Quick. Yeah, I'm just taking me a deep breath and dealing with it, seeing, okay, what can I do to help me and my family survive this madness? Because it's going to get worse, y'all. We're not a full 3 months in. And this is what's going on. So I put together a compilation here for you guys with just some FAFOs, some stuff that's going on. You know what I'm saying? And please like this video, share it, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. I always say comment, interact with the channel. Anything that you guys do with my channel, I do appreciate it. Anytime you share, any kind of interaction helps the channel. It helps the algorithm. I do appreciate you guys. I want you to know I do appreciate it. I have 6 subscribers, and I value All of you. Thank you so much. Even for you that are listening right now, if you don't do anything, just thanks for lending an ear. Thank you. Thank you for the view. But yeah, let's just take a look at what some of you guys are saying in this compilation. All right? Okay.
Members of the MAGA militia, has it set in yet that Mango Mussolini will not be making decisions with you minions in mind? Has it broken through that the Bone Spur Bandit will not be looking out for anyone but billionaires? Do you now comprehend that the Capitone Coward does not care for anybody but his cadre of cronies? Are you starting to feel it come to fruition that the Fanta-Fascist is only going to be looking out for rich folks? Does it sting a little bit that the stuff he is now saying is not quite what he used to say? That deep-seated ball of desperation you are trying so desperately to ignore? That, my not-so-fine friend, that's called fear. Fear, because you got what you voted for, but you forgot to put your eyes on the fine print. Fear, because everything we have tried to tell you is starting to come true. Fear, because the Fanta-Fascist might not just be a funny name I call the wannabe Fuhrer. Fear, because you bonded over bigotry not knowing his main motivation was always money. And now look at you, stuck with the South African super dork who says hiring Americans would be Silicon Valley's undoing. That's right, the elongated muskrat says Americans are too stupid to supply Silicon Valley with ample applicants. And what does Don the Con say? Well, that's simple, kids. He defers to Daddy Superdork. Little Donnie says his operation has always depended on hiring foreign help, but that is not what he said when he was running back in 2016. These very same visas are the exact same ones he campaigned against so vehemently. So from the outside looking in, it seems not even Dementia Don knows where he stands. But he sure knows you suckers are gonna eat up anything he serves. Real quick, MAGA, let me ask you this. When are you gonna stop letting this pathetic excuse for a man run your reality? Actually, you know what? Stop. I'm about to drop the gimmick and give it to you straight because this shit is sad. Y'all really sat there and let this man sell our country to the highest bidder, and for what? Some bigotry and broken promises. Honestly, I do not know what makes me more sick. You sad, pathetic sacks of human excrement that seem so hell-bent on setting our country back 60 years. Or my fellow poor folk who somehow really believe they are nothing more than temporarily embarrassed billionaires and will do anything in their power up to and including throwing a boot to get an invite to the party.
Hey ladies, so let's talk Medicaid. Although I have been trying really hard to not wish anything poorly on the people who effed around and are now gonna FO, this is going to be a doozy, right? I wish no ill will on anybody. And the truth is that Medicaid being cut potentially, what's going to happen with that? This is going to impact children, babies, pregnant women, the disabled. But let's get into the elderly, okay? You know that a whole bunch of boomers and Gen X voted for this. All the same people who probably didn't plan super well for their retirement and aging. And they're going to require at some point probably long-term care. Who pays for long-term care when you don't have a lot of money? It's Medicaid. It's not Medicare. What is going to happen to all of these people? It is freaking mind-boggling.
So Trump supporters, since I know you guys don't read, you don't pay attention either, I just wanted to let you know the Republican Congress is now debating the Republican budget. And I want to remind you, Trump promised you guys there will be no taxes on overtime, no taxes on tips, no taxes on Social Security too. Let me tell you about this budget. There's no mention of a tax-free overtime. There's no mention of tax-free tips. Absolutely no mention of tax-free Social Security. But let me tell you what is in there. Another 4.5 trillion in tax cuts for him and his rich cronies, the top 1%. Don't worry though, because you know who's going to fill that shortage and that gap? It will be you and I, the working class citizens of this country. You ignorant motherfuckers. The only thing that has gone down since Trump has been in office is him on his knees in front of Elon. And all the rest of y'all are lined up behind him, drooling and slobbing at the mouth, ready to get on the knob. Ignorant. All you had to do was crack a book. Crack a book, educate yourselves. But you went in there intentionally to hurt and harm other human beings that did not look like you. I love this. This next 4 years is going to be something else. I went in the house for 2 days and came out. Gas went from $2.99 to $3.19. Inflation is up. That's a fact. Check it. Eggs are up. That's a fact. Check it. Y'all some dumb motherfuckers.
Yesterday, I had posted a video about my struggle with empathy and schadenfreude for people who are in the FO stage of FAFO, and having genuine conversations with people who want to learn and people who want to leave MAGA and all that kind of stuff. And I used the farmer who's on the verge of losing his farm as an example. My bad. The more I learn about this guy and the more I see his videos doubling down on Trump, you are a dumb fuck. You are getting everything you deserve, buddy. You benefited off of Joe Biden's policies, and now Trump has taken that benefit away or put a pause on that benefit, at least in the interim. And you're on here. You have the audacity to come on here and ask for sympathy. Bro, you're not going to get it. And then you're doubling down, blaming everybody else except doing self-reflection. Yeah, you're not going to get any empathy. I hope you lose it. I hope you do lose your farm because you're a dumb fuck. And instead of taking the opportunity to maybe do some self-reflecting, realizing that you done fucked up, you're blaming everybody else. You're blaming everybody in your comments for being mean because you're a thin-skinned little fuck. And, yeah. Thoughts and tariffs.
There's this girl that I went to college with, and she has always been a Republican, so I'm pretty sure she voted for Donald Trump. And she posted on her Facebook today, I don't usually post political things, which drives me crazy, because if you go through life not posting or talking about political things until they affect you, you're a privileged a-hole with no empathy for anybody else. But anyway, I don't usually post political things, and then complained about how Governor Walz in Minnesota here wants to cut funding from non-public schools. The funding for her kids' private Catholic school could be cut and they could lose things. And so now she cares. Now she wants people to call their elected representatives. But of course it's Walz's fault, not Donald Trump. So I, in the comments, just nicely explained, hey, Donald Trump is trying to dismantle the Department of Education, which takes money away from public schools. And so therefore the state is going to have to make up for that money to fund the public schools at the state level. So when you vote for Republicans that consistently vote against funding education, eventually it's going to trickle down and affect you, even though your kids go to private school. And I finished it off by saying, in my opinion, private school is a choice. They should take funding away from them first, before public schools. Like, the way these people don't think at all before casting their vote. Here's a thought. If you care so much about the education of your children, vote for the people who want to put money into education, not the ones who are trying to take it out and dismantle the whole system, because it will affect you. I wish I would have thought to say, just be glad you're in a blue state, because at least the blue states will try and somehow make up that funding that's being lost at the federal level. And they're going to have to cut things like, I don't know, your private school funding, but the public school is still always an option. But those red states, I'm pretty sure they're not even going to attempt to make up that federal money that's lost for the schools. The schools will probably just close because, as you can see by going and looking at the Department of Ed Facebook page, they're pushing homeschooling. But we all know how that went during the pandemic, right? So if you're in a blue state, be glad that they're probably at least going to try and somehow figure it out. Like, are schools going to still lose funding? Yeah, probably. But it could be much worse. You could be in a red state where they're actively trying to destroy your children's education.
We all love a good FAFO moment, and boy, do I have one for you now. Now, before I tell you, let me give you a little bit of background as a reminder. The automotive company Ford bent the knee to Trump and donated $1 million to his inauguration committee. They also donated an entire fleet of vehicles to be used on Inauguration Day. Fast forward to today, and now Ford has changed its tune. The CEO is deeply concerned about the ongoing changes that Trump is making that could highly impact Ford's brand. As background, Ford has invested $1.9 billion in the future of their brand revolving around EVs. Meanwhile, Trump is trying to scrap any growth in the EV market in America, including directing states to stop spending money on building out infrastructure. The CEO is even more concerned about the tariffs between Mexico and Canada. He says if those go into effect, it could be apocalyptic for the automotive industry. Trump has also announced steel and aluminum tariffs that will stack on top of the 25% tariffs on Mexico and Canada if those go into effect. He ended the interview by saying that they would most definitely lay people off at EV plants in Ohio, Michigan, Kentucky, and Tennessee if Trump starts rolling back EV programs that the Biden administration put into place.
It's lunchtime on Valentine's Day, and today's FAFO story is for all you MAGAs. It's time for your comeuppance. Wait, you don't know words that big. It's time for you to fuck around and find out, because the budget just dropped. And guess what's not in it? No tax on overtime. No, not there. No tax on tips. Nope, not there. No tax on Social Security. Nope, not there. But since a lot of you MAGAs depend on SNAP, well, that's getting cut. And a lot of you depend on Medicaid, well, that's getting cut. And those of us that make over $300,000, we get tax benefits. Not you. So, again, tell me why you voted for the orange motherfucker. So, yeah. History says I should be a Republican, and I was a Republican, but I can't. Not with this motherfucker in charge. So you guys all who voted for him, yeah. Find out, face.
Tens of thousands of employees are expected to lose their jobs. Our senior political correspondent, Rachel Scott, is tracking the latest from the White House. Good morning, Rachel.
Rebecca, good morning to you. And federal workers who did not resign as part of that buyout offer were warned that they could possibly be laid off or fired. And this morning, we are learning that mass layoffs have started across multiple federal agencies. This morning, the Trump administration taking its sweeping efforts to shrink the size of the federal workforce one step further, ordering agencies to lay off nearly all probationary employees, meaning those hired within the last 1 or 2 years. A move that could impact as many as 220,000 federal workers. At the Department of Veteran Affairs alone, more than 1,000 new workers were dismissed. Overnight, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau also firing term employees, with expectations that the rest may be fired today, leaving a skeleton staff of around 5%. The CFPB and VA are just two of several agencies that have started to cut federal workers so far. The administration also targeting the Department of Education and the Environmental Protection Agency. The largest federal employee union slamming the layoffs, calling it a blatant violation of the principles of fairness and merit that are supposed to govern federal employment, and saying the firings are about power. At some agencies, workers learned by email they had been laid off. But at the Office of Personnel Management, others found out on a call.
You will receive your termination notice via email shortly. As a result, your employment with the Office of Personnel Management will end today.
Elon Musk, who has billions of dollars in federal contracts and is spearheading the efforts to slash government spending, also calling for the elimination of whole agencies.
Yeah, we voted for Trump because he promised while he was campaigning like a million times that when he got into office, he was going to bring down prices, bring down grocery prices. The inflation has been high ever since COVID, and he promised he would bring that down. But it's obvious to me now that that was not true. Egg prices have skyrocketed. The bird flu is killing all the birds, and he doesn't seem to be doing anything about that. He's stopping disease communications from the disease centers in America, pulled us out of the WHO. Like, how does that help anything? And yeah, all he's been doing is taking away rights and freedoms, or trying to. He's not doing anything about the economy. So yeah, we totally regret our vote at this point. We've had a really tough time here in North Carolina. Half of my house got washed away in Hurricane Helene, and I applied for FEMA assistance and we got approved. But now Trump is canceling FEMA and emergency assistance to people. He's also canceled Medicaid for my children. I know they said they put a halt on his freezing of the funds, but the Medicaid portal is still not working, so we can't access anything for our children's health insurance.
MAGA, yeah, you. Here it comes. Your FAFO moment is underway. Moment. It's going to be more than a moment for you. Here's the deal. Trump officially announced that his tariffs are going to be going into effect. And as a foreseeable consequence to that, the stock market tanked. All of the markets tanked. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. This is the first domino to topple. And you will FAFO. You may not believe it. You may not want to believe it. You may be in total denial about it, but you're going to be in a world of hurt. You guys, we have been warning you forever.
Happy Valentine's Day from a pissed off veteran who did not fuck around, but is still having to find out. Today's a regular day for me. Took my kids to school. I'm at work, but I'm waiting to hear if my husband is losing his job or not. And to add on top of that, on Tuesday, he's supposed to go on parental leave. So you see all 4 car seats there? Yeah, we're getting a foster care placement. So we'll have 4 little kids in our home. And he's going to take a little bit of leave to make sure they integrate well into our home, set them up for success, and get them set up in school. But instead, today, we're waiting to find out if he's losing his job solely because he's a probationary federal employee who has been at his job for less than a year, despite having great performance reviews. What was he doing before that year working for the federal government? He was an officer of the United States Army for 8 years. Before that, he went to the United States Military Academy at West Point. So his whole adult life, he has served our country. Then he became a disabled veteran, and he continued to work for the government to continue to try and serve our country. But he's been in that role for less than a year. So we're waiting to see, will he have a job or not by the end of the day?
The Canada is warning us, talking about Americans must not know. No what, honey? No what, darling? What do I need to know, honey? Because you know they censoring us over here. They trying to get us to shut up. They trying to get us to shut up over here. What don't we know? Did you know that they are ready to go to war, darling? They are ready to go to war. I'm not, I need a doctor's note. I can't go to war. I can't, I save lives. I don't know. I can't go to war. No, thank you. No, And Mr. Muskrat busting up into all these facilities, messing up things and turning things upside down and pissing off the entire world. I didn't ask for this.
I'm in 2 weeks. I'm done. You want to talk about regretting your vote?
I never thought I'd say that, but I regret my vote. I voted for Trump.
I voted for Trump, and I regret it now.
As a Hispanic, I voted for Donald J. Trump. Dude, I regret it so much, man.
I am regretting my vote for Donald Trump.
I voted for Donald Trump, and now I regret it.
A lot of people who were like me voted for Trump and have to account for that.
I regret voting for Trump.
So deeply regret my vote for Donald Trump.
I regret voting for Trump.
I was a dumbass, voted for Trump. It was the worst decision I ever made.
I've seen the light, and I got out of MAGA. A lot of us there have seen the light. We have deep regrets.
I feel guilty because I voted for Trump twice. I feel very guilty because I feel responsible. That's why he's still running.
I was with Trump for 9 straight years. I'm disappointed. I'm very disappointed in Trump right now.
So going forward, I would just like to say that I was correct and that the prices of food are going to be skyrocketing here in the United States. Citrus growers have already stated that they will not have enough work to pick all the fruit that they need this year because all of their labor force has been taken by ICE and deported. So there's that. Second of all, the price of coffee is going up, we like to threaten countries like Colombia, and so Colombia is not playing around. So the price of coffee has now gone up in the United States. Also, the price of eggs continue to go up, and the price of poultry will as well, due to the bird flu outbreak that we are having here in the United States that we just cannot appear to seem to get under control. Lastly, the stock market is going down here in the United States because investors are learning that China is leading the AI game. So we will continue to probably lose percentages in the stock market, and that's not looking good for everybody.
CNN analysis found the 15 states that most rely on federal funding for its public schools in 2022 all voted for Trump.
And I voted for President Trump.
I mean, you're an educator. You didn't vote for Trump eliminating federal funds.
No, I did not vote for that. I voted for President Trump to make America first again. If we have federal cuts, then that's going to mean bigger classroom sizes. I would lose teachers, first and foremost. It's devastating.
I don't think that anyone in our county wants to cut our school funding. I don't think that anyone voted for that.
Yes, guys, so as y'all can see, this is exactly what it is. The Democrats are sitting around the campfire kicking Republican behind right now with the I told you so. I've never seen so many I told you so videos before in my life, and it's well deserved. But guys, listen, I would tell you, like I said earlier, if you guys haven't started prepping and getting your gardens together, do that. I even know of people that are living in their vehicles that are saying they are starting their gardens. What food they can grow, they're starting their gardens inside their vehicles. They're actually planting plants, just potting stuff and just doing it in their vehicles in what little space they have, so that they can have something when you know, SHTF, you know. So, yeah, I would say y'all just start getting ready. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your family. Definitely get your passports ready. Get your passports if you haven't already. I'm working on getting mine now because you never know. You never know, guys. But, yeah, I will go ahead and hopefully right after this video start working on the next one, guys, while I do have an off day. So if y'all see a few videos pumped out within the next few hours, that is the reason why. But that is all for now, guys, and until next time, bye bye.